This old guy DIY video has to do with replacing the hot water heater at the home of a hot chick that I know. So she bought this house a few years ago, and it has this kind of setup on it, particularly for exhausting the gas. The wiring comes up here, then you have this little unit with a freelance engineered blower motor that then goes outside. And she says she smells gas when she's down here or when the furnace kicks on. And when I looked over here particularly, you can see that this rubber boot is melted, and when I hold a flame here, the flame doesn't get sucked up into this pipe like it should. So there's an issue with this thing not drafting properly. And this water heater is 20 years old anyway, so I told her it'd be easier if I just swap it out for her. So that's what I'm working on today. To begin the process, I unplugged the little blower unit that's tied in with a series of switches to tell this thing when to kick on when the gas goes. Then I shut off the gas valve here. Then I came up to the cold water side and shut the water off here. I've also shut the water off to the whole house. And now I'm going to put a garden hose on here and drain all the water out of this tank. And I failed to mention the first thing I did was come down here and turn this to off. While the tank is draining, I'm going to disconnect this union right here so this entire bottom unit is available for me to remove. So this union is loose. Now I'm going to come down here and break this union open. Then I can take this middle section off and spin this piece off, and we'll be making some progress. I'm replacing this piece that had the switch and everything on it, the little valve from the old unit, with this piece of black pipe. So I have my pipe dope here, and I'll mate this to the top piece, but this thing has to be installed in the new hot water heater before I put the vertical unit in, so this thing has room to move around. So anyway, I'll continue installing. So the gas line and the electricity have been disconnected. The tank is almost empty. I can rock it easily. Now it's time to take off this cold water line and the hot water line over here. Well, I just got back from the store. I tried to give her 8 inches here. She could only handle 7. So what this video is about right now is putting first things first. So with this little thing with the sediment trap, you have to put this in first, because when you turn it on, you know, it needs room to get past the side of the tank here. And then the second thing we're going to do, so we'll take this pipe and put it in here, and then this one sits on top when it's done. This is what the finished water heater replacement looks like. So we have the 2 new lines here. Electricity comes from here. This is that union I had taken off, so everything upstream of here was original. And this one also has an auto ignite, so if the power goes out for some reason, it will restart itself when the power comes back. You don't have to come down here and manually turn it on like you did with the other one. So if things go well, she'll get 30 years out of this one. When putting things together like the exhaust for this hot water heater, I dry fit the pipe, and then I take a Sharpie and mark both sides of the joint. So when I pull this down from the ceiling, I can build the thing the way it's supposed to be and then put it back up easily. And this is what the finished exhaust looks like.